Hello again, everybody. Leo Battenhausen here on house arrest, like the rest of us. I don't know if anybody has had the opportunity to watch a YouTube video that was actually out longer than I thought it would be. It was put out by two doctors, Dr. Erickson and Dr. Masihi from Advanced or Accelerated Urgent Care in Bakersfield, California. These two guys did some research. They've been on the front line treating, this COVID virus and the people, real people, in person, like face to face, like looking at each other in the same room, unlike Dr. Fauci, who's making all the decisions from, some room somewhere or an ivory tower that hasn't seen a patient probably in 20 or 30 years, and who sent millions of dollars to China for some odd reason that I guess is being looked into now by Donald Trump. And also, the Dr. Fauci predicted that there would be an epidemic of such sorts, pandemic even, during Trump's presidency, which was very interesting. Maybe he's also a psychic and not just a doctor. But anyway, so this video came out, and these two doctors were talking about kind of debunking the panic that we're going through, and saying we're not taking care of ourselves enough, and we're going to see much more damage done that's longer lasting than any virus or bad flu most people are surviving through, with great suffering. And some, of course, have passed away from it, and that's a terrible thing. They do talk about that as well. The flu, they bring that up. The flu is very dangerous every year. We don't all get the flu shot. I haven't gotten the flu shot, and I don't know how long. I don't remember ever having the flu, but they're saying the flu kills probably as many as this has killed so far, or more, in the past years. So they're saying also, they were talking about, domestic violence on the rise, and child abuse on the rise, depression on the rise, suicide on the rise, and OCD on the rise. This is not normal living, and we're not getting any real results here. Something is really fishy going on here. And to take that video down, okay, it was on a couple weeks. I'm surprised it lasted so long. I don't know how many people saw it. I sent it to quite a few, and they were all able to see it. It was 52 minutes long. Now, it's gone. It's mysteriously gone. Well, it's like every time, that something that's beneficial or tells the truth to America is not allowed. But we do know that the truth is becoming a word like the N word. You can't say truth anymore. It doesn't exist anymore, and anything that's good for us is not allowed anymore. And I guess that's part of the new normal. We're being force-fed this new normal. So I guess we're being also forced to just accept this new normal. I don't know how it'll end, how it will ever end, and what's being done about it. I do hope that our president is working along with this. I think he's playing the role here to secure his spot in November to get another 4 years. And that's exactly what they don't want to happen, because all their dirty little secrets and leading the country and manipulating people's minds and lives is going to come to fruition. And they'll be looking at some serious jail time. Lots of money is going into Gitmo right now. I don't know if you know that or not. It's being built up, and I hope it's for them. Hoping it's not for us, or people who are going to refuse this vaccination, or fight back, because I hope people are going to fight back if they try to take our rights away any further than they have already, with no ends in sight. So Gitmo is being built up, so let's look at that. But this, see, and then you think about like how these people, the people that hate Trump so much, they've been this process has been in the works for years now. They call it the dumbing down of Americans. It's working great, but it doesn't work for all of us, and it makes me wonder why some of us don't buy into that, why some of us are still able to understand and seek truth, and also see the good stuff coming out of President Trump's economy and policies and what he's doing. Why the horribleness of him? They focus on his, he's brash. Okay, he's very brash. He does say things he probably shouldn't say. But look at the results. The country was good, doing wonderfully. But it's these, he says what he says. He says what he feels, and he says what he doesn't pull any punches. He's like a regular person. Unlike the rest of them we have had that can maybe, make nice speeches and look all professional and presidential and, impressive and, tell you what you want to hear and do nothing about it. Now here, okay, so you get one or the other. You get the polished presidential or politician that looks great and sounds great, but does absolutely nothing. Actually, does bad things, criminal things, manipulative things, criminal things behind our backs and tells us everything's fine. Or you get Donald Trump, who tells people to go yourself, or drink Clorox, whatever. And then that's what they focus on, like these words. How many scoops of ice cream he gets? That was news at one time. He gets 2 scoops, but the rest of the people at the table get 1 scoop. So let's put that on the nightly news because that's very important. Let's not talk about what the conspiracy behind this virus that came from China. We know that, on purpose or not, I don't know. Who knows? But I do believe people in our government knew all about it, and this is just not right. Something is very wrong here. They're also trying to break down the family structure. A weak family structure in a society is certainly like the backbone being broken into pieces. There'll be nothing. There'll be no values, no loyalty, no direction, no role models, no rules. Be what you want. I identify as a banana this morning, so peel me. The nonsense, but it became okay. This is fine. This is normal. Nobody questioned it, and if you say anything against it, forget it. Nazi, KKK, Klan member, Trump lover, the Orange Man, racist. Give me a break. Come on. There's logic in this. You don't like Donald Trump, that's fine. How many of us didn't like Barack Obama? I didn't like him. I didn't vote for him either time. Something about him gave me the creeps, and while he suckered a lot of other people in, voted for him twice. But I didn't like him, but I wasn't out there screaming at the sky or taking every word he said and turning it into the major nightly news here. He was a scam artist. That's my opinion. And what do you do when you have a president that you don't like? Well, you hopefully wait for the next election and try to get a better guy in. But by the time he was done, Hillary should have been a shoo-in. I really did believe that. It seemed like that's business as usual. Here we go again. Why bother? But miraculously, Donald Trump won. People had had enough. Enough people had had enough and liked what he was saying. And I believe there's more people that support him than the news or the press will ever tell us, because they don't want that known. I think there's a lot of secret Trump supporters that don't want to say anything, because these nut jobs will come, flatten your tires or bust your windows out, or who do know Antifa people, whatever. You can't say this anymore. God forbid you support our president or stand up for the national anthem. Give me a break. What the hell's going on here? What is going on here? My question I asked before, what makes these people different, though? what makes people question the mentality of these anti-Trump people, and what makes people see the better side of Trump. And my belief, it's a spiritual decision, the spiritual element that we have Trump supporters that are, you know, God believing people. I don't mean religious people. I mean Catholics or Jewish. I mean, if you are that, whatever it is, but you believe in a higher power. You believe in a higher being, somebody that is going to guide our moral compass and give us some direction and give us some hope. And that's what I think we were looking for in Donald Trump. And he was bringing back the element of God and being able to say Merry Christmas. Can you imagine that? We won't be able to say Merry Christmas anymore. We were being told that Jesus was a joke and Jesus was a fraud. It's a fairy tale, the whole Bible story. But yet, we were supposed to allow and support Allah, Allah supporters into our country and accept and assimilate Sharia law into our lives in our country. Can you imagine that? How come Allah is okay, but Jesus Christ is not okay? That's interesting too, isn't it? Now that's the devil's work. Okay, that's the devil's work. But this censoring of truth and keeping people from hearing reality, this is nothing less than communism, socialism, call it whatever you want. But, we're not allowed to hear good news. We're not allowed to have good things happen to us. We are not allowed truth. And those who seek it are bad people. Me, especially, a white, Caucasian, Christian, conservative male. I should be locked up in death row, I guess, in their mind. And maybe I will be at some point. I don't know. Won't go down without a fight, though. It's not going to happen. But anyway, I don't know. And there's you can't talk to the other side. There is no reasoning with them. It's impossible to talk to them. You know that. Don't bother trying anymore. So it's us against them. We didn't create that. That happened during the Obama. Those 8 years of whatever that was, 8 years of something. That division. And, we can't get that back. Remember how united we were after 9/11? Was it us that did that, or was it the other people that did that, terrorists? I don't know. But we were all for one and one for all. Americans were Americans, and we stuck together. Those days are gone, long gone. And we can thank Obama for that, along with all his cronies. Anyway, but this whole Corona thing nonsense. These two doctors had some very, very valid points, and they did talk about the aftershock or the after effects of this. And what is this going to do to the family unit? What's it going to do to people's mental health, addictions, alcoholism, depression and suicides, OCD? How do we ever get back to normal? That's very concerning, and I don't know if people are concerned about this or not. They'll wear their masks and they'll have their little gloves on, and they'll follow the rules and stay 6 feet apart and blah blah blah. People are wearing masks in their cars. I got some nasty looks the other day because I didn't have my mask on in the car. I'm not wearing a mask in the car. You might as well want me to wear a mask in my house too. The hell does that mean? But people are looking at me like, mask on? You're driving your car, no mask on. You're outside, no mask on, huh? No, you're real. So that's my rant. Everything is I'm really considering getting off of the FB, the face, because they don't let you see things. It's pointless. I don't want to support these people anymore. So I'm probably going to get out of there at some point very soon. And YouTube's no better. And they took down that video of, first Facebook took it down, and then YouTube followed right behind, because they're all in cahoots. Google, Facebook, YouTube, Amazon, all of them, they're all together. Anyway, think about all this. We're being manipulated. We're being controlled. And the ones that are fighting back are the ones that are having the most trouble with all of this, I believe, because we have our brains left, and we have our brains left because God gave us our brains, and God lives in our brains. And if He doesn't live in our brains, then we can just become one of those Trump derangement syndrome victims, the true pandemic of America. Thanks.